So the quick recap on yesterday is on the workflow. So what we understood is, so workflows are the one which tries to trigger some event. So basically the event or actions, what we call this, based on what actions you are trying to do it. That is basically we call as evaluation criteria. So the moment when you try to create a record, I should do it, or the moment when the record is created, and every time you're trying to do it, do I need to fire that time, or something that the record is created and a condition would meet at some time, some point of time. So that time you wanted to fire. So these are the three different evaluation criteria we have. So based on that only, so people are trying to do automations. Let's say I created a new customer yesterday and I wanted to fire a welcome note to him or to her, whatever. So basically, when a new customer comes in and then we try to insert a record, so we are giving a welcome note, and that only for an edit record also. Only for create it matches. For create and edit every time, so it doesn't matches. Why? Because every time you cannot, and on editing of a record, you cannot say that welcome again. So it's just the first time when a newly record created, that time only we can welcome the people. So that makes sense. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what we have done is, so I don't know, actions we were about to build it on, and then we just framed a use case here. When a customer is created already, so I want to welcome them. So this is yesterday one thing is done, and now the based on the customer, when he tries to enter the values, let's say how many times he has been ordered the food in the to the restaurants, the overall of his journey. If he says more than 5 times, then I would treat him as a premium customer. So that type of customers when he comes in, and then we're gonna create a quick follow-up task to them. If they don't have all, it's fine. So something like this, we're gonna check it quickly. What is that? Based on the customer previous experience, how many times he ordered. So we're gonna do field update saying that he is a premium or not. Now again, based on premium or not, we were checking it. We again going to do some activity because he's not a premium. Then do a follow-up task of different thing. He's a premium. Do a follow-up task of different thing. So that is all we want to do it. So a couple of actions we would be doing it, and the final stage when we're doing on to this. So I will tell we are creating too many criteria on a same object. So what is the drawback with the workflow, and what is the advantages we have in the process builder, where we can have a multiple criteria you can add it there, or multiple conditions you can add it there. Like say for a welcome note on a start, okay, do an activity. Maybe on an edit activity, you want to do different thing, then you can do something else. So like that, we can just focus on the process builder for different stuff. So let me cover up this. The first basic thing has been done here, and next thing is we are just going on to the created follow-up task. So for this, I just wanted to create a new field into the contact object, and then get into the next action. Just go to object manager, go to contact, customer contact. So I want to say fields here. So getting a new field here. So I'll just give a number here. How many times did you try? So you will give 3, 4, 5, 7 numbers. Hmm. How many times? Ordered in McDonald's. So question we're asking them. So I'm simply keeping numbers. We're just indicating that 2 digits. So we assume that something is 2 digit in the sense it just takes. You can enter up to 99. Give 3 up to it's 999 records you can have it. Anyway, that's fine. Sometimes order. So I don't want to make anything as a required field. I just going to take next. So I'm generally adding to all the contacts. So let me save it. Contacts here. So how many times did you order here? So the moment when I say is a five something, so we wanted to enter the five plus whatever is trying to enter the number. So then I'm going to do a field update. So let me keep that field already created now. So I'm going to say new field and I say I'm going to keep a created checkbox here saying that is a premium or not. So I'm going to say premium customer. It is to be always unchecked. Based on the conditions, we can say whether these guys can be checked or not. You know one thing. So instead of doing this activity, also we can create a simple formula field. Um, Validating this. So both the ways I'll tell you how to do it. So now basically we wanted to do a field update activity. So I'm just giving this example. So this can be done in the possible other way also. So what is that? Field update customer if it's premium, checkbox to true. Hmm. So now how do I calculate this premium? So based on this number is in. Of course here also we're gonna write the formula here. Track customer details being customer present in the competitor list. Okay, this is something API we're gonna call. Is it premium? It's visible. Why it is not showing here? It's added to the layout. How many items you ordered next to that it is. But I couldn't find out here. I'm thinking to make it as a required field, but that is not been shown here as required here. What's happening here? So guys, do you have this login to this system? I mean, this credentials is what I'm trying to use. Do you have this system credentials?
To your org?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, I don't have it.
No, you must have, right?
Oh,
It's okay. Admin at mcd.com. Then training at 123. Quickly log in once and check to the contact. Do you have the access or not? So I'm just giving to in a chat window. So note down this is the training org. You need to have this as a reference. You need to have this org informations. So please guys take a note of it and then keep it in note somewhere else. So this is really important because when you wanted to come back and see this org is belongs to you and someone keeps logging, so at least it will be useful to you. Okay, so firstly, what to do is how many records we want.
uh,
Yeah.
can't I think when I'm trying to log in, it's asking for the identity and the verification code went to you.
Okay. Okay. So just a minute. How do I? So bypass that. Let's do quickly. So I just go to the profiles quickly, and so there's a system admin. I just click on them. Login IP range. I'm gonna set the IP range, so I don't care. So I'm gonna set the range from any IP you log in. So I should allow you. So this is something I'm bypassing the people. So now without a OTP, you should be able to log in, guys. So this is how for development or something you want to do it. So you just want to bypass temporarily whether OTP something to work. So then you can do this way. So now you guys can log in quickly without any hesitation. Just try to share once again. So I'm gonna come here back to workflows. Yesterday the conditions which I given is for under the customer record only. Fire the workflow when the record is created. Now, now something that I wanted to give another update. See this specifically which is says about when a record is getting created. When it says this evaluation criteria, um,
Got it.
evaluation tool to when a record is getting created. So I want to say that now whenever is edited or modified, sorry, record is created or edited. So that time the actions will differ. So again, I have to go to the altogether to the same object, and I should create a new rule. See, every time when you change the rules, you have to create a new one. Be it for the same object, so we can have hundreds of same things can be implemented for the same object. So I'm gonna say next, and I say here is customer contact edit. Hmm, customer contact. What is the rules that we're trying to do is Okay, customer contact create or update. So every time it is created or edited. So for this, I don't want it to have a time dependent action. So yes, of course, I have to use the second one. So when I'm using that and I'm saying, so in what case do you want it to edit it? So I'm going to give a condition here now. Either you're going to give formulas or just choose the fields, anything's fine. So I'm going to choose how many times, somewhere I saw, how many times bring down the order, and it should be greater than 5. So, so this is a condition that we're giving it. So when the McDonald's conditions in case any every time when I edit it, we check this condition. If the condition matches, so then I'm just updating the field update. So let's try to save this. Save and next. So in this workflow is evaluation criteria. So I wanted to task and I want to do a field update basically. So field update says update premium. So which field you wanted to update? Premium field. Premium customer? Yes. You're marking to be set to be true because you are meeting the criteria as 5 greater than 5, then you are saying true. Is it getting? So what I've put the condition is how many times your order in McDonald's is greater than 5, then so we're gonna do field update on this premium field set to be true. I want to add another action. So when you're saying that he's a premium customer, so again, let's add a premium customer follow. Premium customer follow up. And when you want it to fire, rule trigger date plus 0 days. Instantly you want to fire, do this activity. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a task. Um, oh, this is due date, right? Rule trigger date plus 1 day. I'm gonna give. Hmm. So what I'm trying to do is out of the 4 actions of workflow, so I'm just trying to use maximum. So one is on the email yesterday we've sent. Today I'm just trying to create a follow-up task. And again, I'm wanted to update the premium checkbox. And I would maybe send an outbound message. So this also I would do it right away now. So the first one out of that is when you're I'm saying that how many times did you order in McDonald's? I said 5 times. Anything 5 are equal above, we treat you as a premium customer. So then, so if you are a premium customer, so then I do a quick follow-up to you. So I did a field update there. I did a quick follow-up task I'm doing, and I may send an outbound message also. Let's see this. Please follow up our premium customer and address any help required. So I'm gonna save this. So let me add another action which is the outbound message. So I think we have used task, email alert, field update, and the outbound message. I want to use it. So in the outbound message, this is something that the API, if you have an endpoint URL somewhere you are trying to hit to the Google or somewhere you wanted to do it, so you would get these informations. So what is my idea is outbound message track customer details being customer present in the account list. So if you know that the particular customer has been came in, So he's already part of the multiple restaurants. He's already added there. So we would be treating him again in a separate way. So this guy is really worth of getting more offers because this guy particularly had many orders from the outside of the food. So then we have to really focus on him. So that way, so just the service we have. So to how many restaurants that this guy is registered with. So restaurants are universally connected. So how many restaurants he's been already registered with. So that is the one. We say he's registered multiple restaurants, yes or no. So that way we just connect with him saying that. So we don't say for him that you saying you're connected with so many restaurants, but for a keynote, that particular customer is premium or we understand on this item is also. So I would say quick check. We can give space also no matters here. Quick check in competitors lists. So endpoint URL. Currently we don't have any endpoint URL. I'm just saying google.com. Use it to send us this. Send your session ID what you're doing that you can do. So but basically what you're trying to send is you're gonna send few feeds to which helps to figure out this guy is present really or not. So his first name, last name, email, phone. So we're gonna send this quick a few fields based on this. So this field is helps to address this is a particular user is unique. So ideally based on by his email and his phone number, his name. So with that we can figure out whether this particular user is actually present in that existing some of this existing system or not. Just we're going to calculate simple thing. Save it. So what my idea is I wanted to bring few things. Just on a quick update. Every time when you edit, so we're checking your premium or not. It's okay, fine. If you're a premium, I'm gonna give a quick follow up to you. So this is assigned to our system because every time when I say he's a premium, so did you follow up? So we can move away these conditions also onto the create statement because we're just following up whether it is a premium or not. Instantly when it's a premium, I think no problem. So this could be in a create or in any times it can be. So you can match it accordingly. So basically, it's an idea to understand where you wanted to put what. So we're just doing it on, every time when the record is getting edited. So I'm just trying to do this activity. Let's say you're creating a task, you're creating a field update, you're trying to create an outbound message, all that we're gonna do it. So this is ultimately, so we added all four actions we have tried again. So email we're not doing it here, and since because it is not relevant to him, this is all backend process we're doing it. We are doing a follow up on backend activity. We are updating his premise again a backend activity. We are checking his competitors list. It's second backend activity. So need not to update anything under the customer point of view to him. So let's hit done, and I would activate this. Is any questions on this?
No.
It's all about the on a customer contact. We're trying to do a workflow activity. So it's just simple criteria we're following. On a creating of record, you wanted to fire some actions, or create an update of a contact record. You wanted to fire some actions. So we're just trying to do automate. You just simply save record. We will take care of everything by doing automatic work. So that is what we're trying to do so far. So for your business use cases, it will be different. So when you're comparing to a car system, car models, so how do you want it to make sure when a sale has been newly added? Our new car has been out went for a sale. So you have to notify to the people saying that hey, there's a new car came in. To whom? To all the new registered peoples or people who are recently hunting for the cars who has been just given a notice saying that these are the range of mine and because they are placing a request saying that hey, whenever this car's request comes in, please send me an email. So we would be into that particular checklist. Existing customers plus your newly requested customers, to all we're going to send an email saying that yes, if a range of this and this type of models and this type of a brand if it comes in, please give a notification to me. So that's how I know who the person wanted to buy, they will get an idea. So that is one. For insurance agents on yeah, when they're about to look for a premium or a what do you say, they wanted to buy some premiums. So just they connect with people. Let's say I'm going to call the customer care and say that hey, this is so I wanted to take some term insurance or take health insurance. You just ask you information and then you leave away. So they would try to follow you and again get connected. So all they're doing to try to do is a follow-up activity, or they're trying to do update of your records. Maybe they're checking. In India, we have a CIBIL score, something to check on your credit history, how much this guy is holding. So if this all is good, then I think to a financial mode, this guy is stable enough. So I think we have to connect him and catch hold of him. So there's a multiple things they capture when in terms of you just go for a financial stuff to do it. Either you wanted to add some mutual funds or you wanted to do take a premiums, anything. So in terms of financial, we just always check your CIBIL and then we notify, okay, this particular guy is like financially good or he is maintaining the record financially very well. So we have to connect with him and then ask the deal. So that's how the insurance companies follow up. So that is one. And for a blood bank, if you want to do it, when the customers is or some donors is wishing to donate, so prior to that, we are sending or when the new donor is added to our branch, so we are sending a welcome note to the people saying that thanks for registering here. So moment you say thank you, and again we are investigating which type of blood group you are in. So we're gonna do a full update. Again, there also we're gonna have how many number of times the customer or the donor has been updated, so donated the bloods. Even that track we can have. So the moment that again, you would be adding them into a premium list where anytime we call, these are the often donors would come in and then help us out. So you're gonna categorize them separately, and then you're gonna give a gifts or something which is based on that the people who are regularly doing the activity you wanted to honor them in one of the cases in an event you want to honor them or how do you honor them, it's all up to you. So you can honor them by saying that okay, so this many times he has donated his blood in this year so far. So those track something you have, it will be good enough. So when you say that you want to honor them, so you wanted to send an email alert saying that hey, so we are honoring you, please join a session every year when it happens. So there's a couple of things that you can think through a scenario onto the workflow automations we can get through. So in this part of the for a restaurant applications, I'm just trying to say that to my customers how many times you are a premium or not, and I wanted to check something in the competitors list. I want to do a quick follow-up task to you. So the same way what I'm trying to specifically focus on restaurant application, same thing that you can also get in use cases for your subjects. So I didn't do a time dependent actions. I'll do the next activity as that. Um, Okay, now what I have to do is I have to go quickly, do an update as. Um, Let me again get to the show. So my the next evaluation criteria says is created or modified, right? So now I'm just trying to do a modify activity on an existing record. So this is something the evaluation criteria too that would work on. And so here, or the premium customer came in. Nice. So it's a cash issue, I think. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say that hey, I've already donated. Sorry, I've already ordered 7 times in my previous history of McDonald's. Where at the very beginning he didn't give this no information, so now he's giving this orders information. Um, so I'm gonna save it. So the moment I say F7, so you're trying to update this checkbox, right? Like this. I said a premium customer. So this is what I'm trying to say. Field update, we are doing it quickly on this based on this criteria. You went and checked, and to the evaluation criteria every time modified, and in that we have few things to follow up. A task has been flowed off, and then there's a field update that has been fired, and there's an outbound message also that should be fired, according to me. How to check the outbound message? Go quickly outbound message. So in the monitoring section of the outbound message, you should click on outbound message. Okay, something is been fired. So now, according to our chapter, mm, so we have seen the build jobs when we upload the data. We see audit trails also. Now I'm showing you outbound messages, how to view the outbound messages. Specifically when you are trying to hit onto the workflow, so that is want to hit to the third party systems and see the results, then we come and see the outbound message. That too only for the workflow it is. Okay, now let's quickly see this what happened. I'm just gonna open the outbound message. So this is a message that we did. Quick check in competitors list. Object is contact, and this is the endpoint I assume so. And so these are the fields you're sending it. Of course, there's no configurations at the other side, so we can't do any. No, we can't say anything real time which is flowing out. But at least a visual file has been generated for us, which talks about what are the fields that were sent. So these are the fields that we sent. What is that? Account ID, email, first name, last name, mobile number. So that the third party systems would receive it, and based on this, they would do some activity. And if we are found in the competitors list, they would add back to the record saying that yes, he is the qualified guy or not qualified guy. If something is found in the existing third party competitors list also, then we assume more stronger. So this guy is extra premium guy. So this it is all left to us. So this type of outbound message is only available in the workflows, guys. So nowhere it is available. Let's say flows or process builders or anywhere you want to try. So nowhere is available. Even so what a process builder has and what others doesn't have is this is the one outbound message. And of course, people are using this if you ask. I don't know, very rarely. If the connections and everything you have, then if you pass, if some the so based systems you are, so based means so there's something system called as JSON based systems, SOAP based systems, whether they are using a SOAP type of development or trying to do a REST based of development, so it differs. If the systems accept the SOAP based of development like visual file like this, of course we can use this service. And the endpoint who are sharing, so they should have built the system. So while sending all this information, they have to accept it and then verify and then have to notify us. So this is about the integration, something that we can talk about. But I hardly seen that where through outbound message every time when you need it, so they are using this service. So they all move to the REST-based service now. It depends. If the company is still using some of the third parties, they can have it. All right. So when a record is edited or created, I'm just trying to do an integration activity, I'm trying to do a follow-up activity, and I'm trying to do update a premium customer not. So what is the follow-up task that we have? Look at this. I just updated this record. So quickly I got the premium here. So there's a follow-up task we got it. Premium customer follow-up. Now he's a premium customer. His checkbox is true, so that's the reason we're following up. Please follow up our premium customer and address any help required. So this is a quick thing I want to assign. To which customer we are doing to Stephen John because that is a person um, he's been as awarded as a premium customer and to him I have to follow up. Who to whom we are assigning to is maybe currently one user we have we assign to the admin. If any user you have, we can assign directly always like a sales rep to just connect with him and then talk to him. That also we can do. So any questions, guys, here?
No, but I have to, I mean, a lot of information, not able to catch up in the first go. I need to go through the videos, I guess.
Okay. So all we are just trying to do is on of workflows. We are trying to do few automations If you're a new customer, I have just said a welcome note. So it's not all about a welcome stuff only. You can send it here. Any changes that you wanted to fire an email, yes, of course you can do it. So for that, you need to just create always an email alert. Email to what to do, you have to create a new template and then you have to configure your template is ready. So whenever a record is getting an activity, you want to fire an email alert. So you choose that respective email alert and make sure that the email template which is there, which will auto populate the exact value. Let's say, for example, you are having a contact based template you have prepared and something that you are working on opportunity. So do not use that template there because the values won't be populated. Why? Because you're expecting contact last name, but you're working on opportunity. So you should be very careful. Um, let's say if I'm working on a contact here, so I have my template is saying that last name, first name. So I think yesterday you guys would have been seeing.
The video will get stopped. I guess we got only 1 minute. We need to
Oh
connect
yeah,
back.
sure, sure. See like this yesterday. Yeah. So what I was saying is, if you have a template, so then specifically you're populating the dear Stephen John. So this is a customer first name and the last name you're just pointing out here. So make sure so this template is used rightly onto the content object because you are while you are trying to create a template that time itself you chosen context fields and then you added the merge fields here. So now this template you cannot use for opportunities. Why? Because their first name and last name it's not matching here. So you should be very careful that way. So then that way it won't populate. I'm saying. So when you're trying to use the workflows, you want to do email alert. So create a right templates for the right objects and then you can work on. So that way all the fields and values will be populated. So that is what I meant to say. So one activity which I'm missing here is time dependent actions. What is the time dependent actions? Let's say when I create a new record and post created after 3 days, you want to do some activity, or simply we say that's a new record which is created and you want to do some activity to follow up on that, we can do it. So basically, time dependent actions, when I say, so good examples are when something like a bill is getting generated. So you have to pay within due date. So these are we're just remembering those guys, saying that hey, 2 days to go to for a payment, 1 day go to for a payment. So if you missed out, so again we say that you are added to the default list. So please do this. So something on a due date you are activity, I mean you're notifying it, and so that the customers will be benefited for. So that helps with the time dependent actions. So time dependent actions, let's focus on. So I have two things here. One is created or edited, modified. So let's say to go to the customer edit created. Simply I'm saying welcome alert email. So I can also have a time dependent actions, but currently I cannot do it right away because I have to deactivate the rule. An active rule you cannot do anything, so you have to deactivate them and you can modify again. So look at this. This action is one. The first one we had is where we're gonna send a welcome email to the customer if a new customer is added. So now what I want to do is I wanted to create a time dependent actions. So let me edit these actions. I want to add a time trigger here. So on a new record, when you create um, customer created, so rule trigger date, I'm gonna say that contact you created after 2 days or instantly 30 minutes. This if I say zero also, so quickly you would be having 30 minutes. So in a 30 minutes time also you can fire it up. So though I say that 0 hours, it is equivalent to at least to fire this, it will take 30 minutes. So that is what it means to say. So contact created from there, I wanted to just quickly check within 0 times hour. I'm just finding the I wanted to fire some activity for them. or something you're saying that so before. So here is a good example where it says you have a due date somewhere. Before due date 2 days, before due date 1 day, you're gonna have it here. So that way you can have rules can be set up. So it is time dependent actions, and in what conditions and what times you wanted to fire this action. That is what they're saying. That this is simple conditions on a time activity. So when the record is created for me, within 30 minutes I wanted to fire and say that to the follow up guys, please connect with him. On instant I can do, but I'm just waiting for 30 minutes. So if this is not a premium customer, then do this activity. I'm just going to say it. Is it getting? So 0 hours after contact created. So I'm going to do an activity actions here. So I'm going to create a new task. So in this new task again, I'm assigned to some user, and I say not a premium customer. I'm going to fire it on based on the rule triggered it. I'm going to fire this up. So I'm going to say that this customer is not a premium. Connect and make them flexible so that they would add to premium list. Save it. A simple email is going on, and I'm just creating some time activity. So I'm just saying that this guy is not a premium. To the customer, we are just assigning that. Okay. So if someone from sales is following up and asking them questions where he'll be comfortable, and then he eventually would turn up to a premium customer. That is what actions I want to do. Otherwise, you see all are the same actions that you wanted to follow up here. You wanted to field update, you wanted to do an out message, is all the same activity. So just I want to show how a time dependent actions works. So the moment time dependent actions works, you can see in the time dependent workflows here, time based workflows. So that's how you basically monitor the record. So this is a rule name we have. No? So let me just copy this and then say done. And active it here. I'm gonna save it here. So who is the default user that workflow I wanted is currently I have an admin, so only that guy I can choose. Save it. So why the default user asking is because you added a time driven workflow. Something goes wrong with this. Toom I should notify what has went wrong. So that is the one which I chosen default workflow users. Perfect. So my activity is so we don't have any time-based activities in our queue. So where did you go and monitor this? Go to the monitor section, time-based workflow you see, and that is when it is opened here. So what is this basically? It's monitoring the queue of pending automations. To filter this, just give the name or whatever you want, and you can see the pending queue record which has been about to fire. For example, someone's credit card bill that is nearby. So how many such people we have? All the due dates are nearby. So all the people will send notifications. So all the each and every records you can see here. But because we're just simply notifying them, so that they're nearly disappearing. So you can also notify your insurance premium people saying that your premium due date for the payment has been pending. So please pay on time. So something you can send a notification as well. So all that based on the criteria that you define. So that's the reason I was saying that build a use case so that it will be useful to you guys. Okay. The next thing is what I want to do is time to action is ready. So nothing here ready. I'm just gonna give it and then kept here. Now no records added to the queue. How it will add? So I have to create a new contact. So in this contact, I'm gonna get random numbers. So we're gonna give a create name, and then I'm gonna give some my email ID currently, so that it will fire an email back to me saying welcome note. Um, the records are about to create looks a duplicate. So why it says duplicate is because so based on my email ID, they are trying to say that you are a duplicate record you're holding it. So that's the reason they're saying it. Hmm. So these are simple informations. I don't give any here. How many times you are ordered McDonald's also I'm not giving here. So we don't worry about it. So I'm gonna save this. That's it. So in the detail section, let's check discovery. Now the informations we have. If at least you entered some how many times ordered, you would have got it. But at least that you're not given, so we didn't even worry about it. So let's come to the outbound activity time-based workflows. I'm gonna search any records being flowed here. Look at this. One record. Gauri contact customer contact related. So they have been added to the time-based activity. To what to do? In order to create is that in order to create this task, so they're doing it. See, now it is quickly fired. So not a premium customer. A notification has been added to me. If I've added you as an user, so quickly you would have got this task in a follow-up activity, then you could have jumped on there. So this notification has come from here. Look at this. Do you guys get this? Not a premium customer. 11 hours ago. This I think time is issue. Oh, yes, I'm audible. Seems like too slow network.
You are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look at the notifications which I got it here. The moment I click on here, I just navigated to this, not a premium customer. This customer is not a premium. Connect with them and make flexible so that they are in the premium list. To see this, we are connecting to the Gauri again. So our time dependent actions are being fired. Now we can see whether it is there or not. We can check. So it's not there. So what do you mean by that? So earlier the record was there and now it is not there. So in a fraction of seconds it came in and then it got to the queue and then they fired the rule. So that's the reason in the notification you can see them. Okay, customer connection is created. Because in our workflow actions that we said, time time trigger time. So the moment created 0 hours you put. So that means instantly anytime within 30 minutes it can fire. Guys getting? So what we learned today is workflows, couple of things, actions, criteria, time-based workflows, all that we've gone through. It's just basically we're talking about the criteria. Hey, you are only on the create of the record, or we say is sometimes edited and modified. In both the ways also you wanted to fire this. So it all depends on the actions that we have to choose. So I already told you for a welcome note. So we don't keep often sending to the people saying that whenever I modify a record, I should not send any notifications. Only on an activity of a new record, I should say that. So Gauri was a new customer. So make sense of Gauri gets a new email. Look at this. Because she's a new customer, she's been saying this welcome. Okay, Gauri. All right. Okay, I think we're good there. So following on this, I wanted to create the two things. So workflow we have done with. So do you have any questions?
No.
Now what I wanted to do is I wanted to create some approval process. Um, so I want to do some approval process. What is an approval process? If you see, we're trying to make the record as an approved. So let me just get into a checklist. What you have? Guys, have you ever went through your approval process activity?
Yeah.
So what are the key items that you worked on, or what do you generally understand about the approval process?
So usually the access like in the companies, like for the access we submit a request, right, to get approved by higher authorities like
Mm,
manager or something.
very good. Yeah,
Yeah, so we just have to select what is the software or the tool you want to get approved for access or something like that, and then it goes to various stages.
perfect. Yes, absolutely perfect. So Tushira or Sandeep, do you have any experience on the approval process?
Yeah, I mean, in office, we used to have for any deployments or any kind of access do we need, or any, yeah, we used to ask for manager.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now come back to your use case of your project. So where you wanted to have an approval process. Think about a car model systems. So think in that way. And Jim said you think about the donors. In what way these guys would require an approval process? A donor is coming in. So in what case I wanted to make sure he wanted to be an approved process.
Certain medical conditions are met or not met.
Very good. So let's say he's 18 years and whether we have to check his hemoglobin, whether we have to approve him or not. So maybe you're checking with that conditions. Or he says the son that maybe that guy is having some medical issues and but he wanted to donate the blood. Now, to what level basic screening he has to do? If that he passes, then he can donate the blood.
Also, if he has donated that time in the time frame, he cannot donate again
Yeah,
within
and
six
already if
months.
he has something so medically, injected some tattoos, so he's not about again available to donate the blood.
Right.
So whatever we have to give some conditions. Based on the conditions, we are saying that we are approved or not approved. Of course, higher authority would be there. To what level we wanted to get into. See, approval process would be in a day-to-day life we would be just moving on. Every concepts we have an approval process. For example, if you wanted to get a good training or advanced training, or the more advanced trainings, or seeking of job opportunity, something all you do, you ask with the essentially they try to associate to some people with you. So you are asking for them, and they are approving to get another people. So that is one. Or when you wanted to just go to the US, you have to go via through visa process. So again, visa also has some approval process. So you have some couple of documents, and then all these documents should be verified, and the US embassy has to approve it, and only then you get a stamping. Only after that they can travel to that particular country. So just before going to there, you have a couple of things you have to do. Only then you can move on. So even there also an approval process will be there. If you say a bank, applications, when you try to apply, let's say you put for a 10% of so annual interest, and then what happened again? So you were requested for 5 lakhs, and now you're expecting 10 lakhs, but your eligibility is only 5 lakhs. Now expecting for 10 lakhs. So anything to increase the premium of more than the expectations. So you have to connect to the bank manager and say that, hey, these are your XYZ things. I earn out of the money extra to the what are the payment I get. So this additional my sales slips from the part-time jobs. So if we can afford me 10 lakhs, it will be helpful. You are asking to him, and it's sort of bank manager's interest that he has to give. Basically, he trusts on you, and then approves the loan. So anything behind your expectations or the eligible criteria, someone would be there to approve you. So that is what was an example I'm giving about the bank manager. So your loan cap amount has been exceeded, but still we are given approve. So the bank manager helped out to provide the additional loan, seeing his capabilities. So then he gets a loan. So this here also the approval process would come in. Someone as an higher authority is approving him. But that's another funny story for Vijay Mallya. Someone too many bank managers approved, so he's absconded, taken thousands of crores and run away. But where their eligibility criteria would be very minimal, and somehow with the processes they try to make it out and then done. So because of them, the many banks managers are in suffer because they don't know that okay we can approve and one day what is a pain we don't know. So we should be very careful on to the approval things, be it in real life or whatever it is. So make sure you point to the next level who is wanted to be approved, and then again one more level also you can have an approved stage in that case. So let's say a bank manager has and he has a 5 lakhs and above cap he wanted to approve. So now let's say his bank manager 7 lakhs when they can approve. Then more than his eligibility criteria of more 3 lakhs, then his regional manager have to approve. Because anytime here to the higher level of my people has to notify saying that whenever it goes for an approval. Directly if you go to a CEO approval and he approves, then done. Who knows what happens next. But if you have a check by check, 2, 3 levels of an approval if you have, then you'll get to know the pain. Okay, this has to go to multiple people's approval, and only then it will be get delivered. Getting to get additional more 5 lakhs, which is out of your eligible criteria. If 2, 3 people approves, only then you'll get it. It's okay. That's the process they follow. So that way, 3 to 4 managers they will know that I'm just taking out of my risk and then doing it. So if that is the case, people will identify what is the problem is, or else they would have not get into a serious problem. At a later stage, one simple guy is approved and then moved on. So a simple approval process we can plan it that way. Not only one level, you can have multiple levels. So be it in a company, so you are just getting your appraisal ratings. What do you do? So you have submitted your review first and went to your lead or a manager, and then manager has to again that's a level one. So level two again would be a senior manager. Level three would be a HR who disclose the what appraisal components that we have to add to a package. So like this here also multiple peoples are there at a higher level. So each and an approvals levels it can move on to the next level. Does it make sense, guys?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, so while creating an approval process, we have to do follow a few things. Like we have to prepare a few checklists. So the checklist would be I would should say that okay, what should I on a some people on a submit state, what should I do? So just now they are submitted the bank application thing. So then what is my next criteria? So I should send him that okay, welcome notification again for this applying, applying for the bank application loan, um, which it could be a personal loan or whatever the loan he is applying for, and you're giving some application ID for him. So that's a reference you're giving it to track his loan ID, whether he's eligible or not. So likewise here also to open a restaurant, so we are just asking to the headquarters whether the restaurant can be opened in the right place or not. Of course, if I want to open something a restaurant in Kokatpalli, so if this is a subsidy, we won't care. But if this is something from the chaining of business from the headquarters, it has been coming in. So we have to apply for the certain location wise and what is the survey that we have done that this place would be really good. So these
Hey,
things you would be,
hey,
yeah,
Khan.
yeah.
I need to drop off. I got a call, production support call. Okay.
No, no problem. Thank you.
No, no.
Yeah,
Thanks. Thanks. See you all. Bye bye.
yeah. So guys, I was talking about the restaurants. So what happened in restaurant is when you want to launch a new branch, so it has to go for an approval process for your headquarters branch. So the moment you create a new record, it's not that it's going to be fully functional. Yes, you are trying to get that particular location a new restaurant. So that doesn't mean that it is like fully functional. So because the funds should flow from the headquarters, saying that how the architecture of the restaurant should be, and how well equipped things should be there. So every restaurant they will have some standard norms. So all this is meeting, and the design wise everything is looking good. So for this they require some fund. So that's the reason they're applying for an approval process for the headquarters to approve it. So once they do it, they get it. So then there will be a financial team. They would be following up also on us to give some amount so that we can start building our restaurant. So eventually, this is all the same thing, which again we are following up the same process. So for a car model, what an approval process you can have? So did you think? Yeah, sure. No idea. So there. My voice is not correct. Hello.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So let's think for an idea for Tushira's when she
I
listens. Yeah.
I can hear too.
Okay. So far thinking. Please let me know that you're thinking. How's everything that you dropped? Okay. So
So for
what?
the car model, you can have based like it depends on the customer what they want, right? Like make, model, and uh, what, or if the car is getting sold in the month of December, so the year, so it will be the recent one, the older model should be sold. All those criterias we can add.
Yeah, that she can get it. So one thing is that on a process of sale or buy, you want to have some approval process. You can add
Yeah.
there, and then the
I'm
other portion. Yeah, go ahead. Good. You have to speak. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so for approval process, I was thinking since this class started regarding my project, I was thinking like if the car is going to, if somebody is buying a new car, then we have to get approval from the manager, right? That this car is going to be sold. Is it okay or not? The manager will know all the internal parts like is there any damage or anything, but because he has a
Perfect.
lot of access than the sales agent.
Perfect.
So I'm thinking in that kind, and if everything goes good, then the manager needs approval for sending the papers to the finance guy for talking about the finance, the rate and stuff. That was I
Hmm.
This is what I was thinking.
True. This is correct. See, one thing is we're saying that this car is about for a sale. So about for a sale. So who approved this about for a sale? So we can't give some damaged vehicle for sale because
Mhm.
your company has been upfront for doing all this activity. So someone is trying to buy, he would ask for first for this. What are the basic checks you guys have done? So like in terms of investigating the product. So it is quality tested, test passed. So only then those vehicles would come for a sale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that before saying quality test, it is saying that someone has approved it. Like say chief
Mm.
mechanic is approved, so that it is about can go for a sale. So he says yes, of course it can go for sale because they have all the papers ready in terms of driving test and doing some basic test or looking at the cars model painting. Everything looks good. So someone has been approved it. So only then you can go for sale. So that one approval process you can have. And now the car, guy is buying for a car who is wanted for a loan. Again, in terms of applying for a loan, the minimal eligibility criteria that this guy has, with his the income which is getting in. So will he be able to afford these many EMIs which you wanted to pay? So again, that will again go for an approval process. So insurance premium, you don't have any approval process. We can you can so I mean I'm saying about your car models. So you are
Yeah,
applying
yeah,
for a
yeah.
quick insurance premium. So you want to upload for 5 years, 10 years premium. To know anything happens to the vehicles, they're going to take care of it. So even again, so there you wanted to have some approval process. If you want, you can add it, or else it's okay, fine, because it's just
Okay.
a premium amount. Someone has to pay it. So again, that doesn't wanted to go for an approval process. It's already well known that the car is verified and the owner came in and he wanted to go via through loan, and the loan itself will talk about the verification about him.
Yeah.
And its insurance is something, okay. If the it's you can have a process where if the car is already old car and then we're getting in, so do the insurance has already been no holding by the car or not? So do the insurance has already tied to the car or not? Someone, if the insurance is lapsed, what you can do? So you have to renew it, right? So basically, someone has to renew it based on looking at the previous documents. And I don't think that should go for an approval process. So someone has to verify as a payment, they have to verify and notify them. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. For an insurance application, a typical insurance application, so when it will go for an approval process, if you see someone is trying to amount, claim the amount in the sense, so he has been taken for a health insurance. The health insurance, he went undergone for a surgery, and then so he has given a bill of 10 lakhs. Now the 10 lakh is an eligible amount for this guy, and what the premium that he has bought, and do the hospital is giving the right bills to the people for the insurance people, because sometimes they also fool by giving wrong bills and adding too many values to the bill, so that they increase the price. So do this, all these guys are accommodating this such stuff. So why you want to take a burden of those activity? So so there should be an approval process for there also, for a claim process. So when someone tries with a claim and he submits along with the bills, so our claim proofreaders would be there. So they will investigate each and everything and they would approve the amount. So only then, so that particular claimed amount would be reaching to the right people or the customer who applied for the insurance claim. Any question there?
No, I don't.
These are the places where approval process can have. Any application is a bit, we can keep talking about the approval process. So how we can implement them, let's see now. So I said you prepare, first thing is you need to have a proper checklist. So what the checklist I would say is, so you need to have few email template should be ready. For example, um, email template in the sense, hey, your approval process should have approved email. Yes, of course, I say that this particular car is approved. So notify the people saying that the car owners who are about to sell, so for them we are saying, hey, your car is approved. That will go for approved for sale. So take this amount, this appropriate amount you can be given from the customer, from the company. So that is something you're notifying it. Now we say rejected. So your car has been rejected because of the reason, the engine failure, and this you're selling it to us just for the sake that you want to sell, but we want only the quality cars to be given to us. So you can reject the car there only. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, approval email will have, reject email we have. Now, when someone is coming as a new car, and then I mean the old car only, so they are just trying to enroll with us, saying that they wanted to sell the car. So now I have to say that that particular guy, thank you for submitting a car for the verifications. If it goes under a good process, we will sell your car. So you are again very beginning when they're submitting the car to you, so you're notifying to them saying that thanks for submitting. We will get back to you. So the submitters, email also we can have, sorry, templates also we can fire through them. So wherever the emails can be fired, you can all utilize them. Being approved, rejected, or you say that it's in a pending process, or it is on hold. Any activity that you want to notify to the customer, of course, you can have this email activity there. So that's the first important checklist we have to have. Now, post the approve is happened. So what you want to do it? You want to do some field update activity. You want to do some task to be created. So you wanted to fire some email. All that we can have. And again, So you have to decide who is your approver, first level approver, second level approver. So that no, those names you need to have it, because when the moment it submits for a car, goes for whom, goes for whose approval, manager approval. So who is that manager? So that first level you have to think. So if that guy is again is not available, who should be? So there should be another guy called delegated manager. So if that guy, original guy is not present, your delegate managers can approve it. Is correct? So when you start with the approval process, you have to think through who are the people should be involved. So what are the conditions I have to give at the very beginning? Suppose that if it goes for approval, what is the condition? So if you're saying that you are rejecting, what are the things you should add? All that we have to mention in the anyway. Those are the checklists you should already have, so that it will be easy for you to guys to quickly create the approval process. I think so. One more condition they're also saying that hey, when you submit a record, do you want it to um, say that hey, this record cannot be revoked back, or this record is in in read mode. So only by the approvers who are there, people who are higher authority, they only can modify this record. Yes, you can give this also. So if you submit and again you revoke, if submit again you revoke, then what you're playing with? So once you submit, you cannot revoke unless and until approvers have been modifying it. Then only you can revoke it. The meaning of the revoke is accidentally submitted and then you don't want to go till the next level. So they want to revoke it that time. Do we give that options to you or not? That matters. Maybe for a claims process, when someone is trying to apply for it, he missed some few for documents. So he wanted to retrieve back the claim, whichever the application is applied for. Of course, he can do it. Or else he can add additional documents to the same claim numbers. He can do finish it up. So it all depends on them. So in what case you are making it. So when the moment you submit it, we are not allowing you to revoke it, but we are putting that record in read mode. So only the approvers, who's basically managers, can modify the record. If you think that, yes, of course they can do it. You can give the record to be in a edit mode, or else you can keep that record until someone is modified. You can keep it in read mode. So that is additional one thing we have to check it. And otherwise, if you see here, so that's the reason I've just shown the checklist. What are the things required? Create a customer hierarchical relationship. So if you want to have a hierarchical relationship, saying that okay, hey, he is my first manager, he is a second manager, something that you wanted from a user hierarchical relationship, also we can get it. That is what they're saying. So be creative, prepared with few templates saying that is approved or not approved, that we can get to. And yes, we have two types of wizards. We have one is Jumpstart and standard wizards. We have so Jumpstart is in one page, all the things basically we have no configure. In a standard one is each and every page you have to keep showing on, moving on to the next screen. But ideally for me, both are same. Only is it says in one page configuration. So maybe next page you have to give multiple options with the standard wizard. Okay, anyway, so you want to add this tree in your let's see where's the record. Got it. So this is a related list record. So the moment you try to get an approval process, let's say we are submit for approval. If you have approval process history here, so that would say this particular record went for already an approval. No applicable approval process found. Why? Because there's no approval process for this. We're not implement anything so far. So that's the reason nothing can submit for it. So if you want to do it, we can submit for approval process. So for me, I'm not connecting anything on the content for approval process. I want accounts that are specifically restaurants. If the record type is restaurant and someone is submitting the record restaurant, so I'm just sending an approval for the my managers so that the restaurants can be opened in the respective locations. So any branches see here all are approved branches. So that's how it should be. So go to restaurants. So I'm gonna click a new restaurant here. In the record type is restaurant, I'm submitting all the records. So I will have a pick list saying that this restaurant is approved restaurant, and you can also have funds how much it has been sanctioned for developing this restaurant. That also can have. Okay, that will come to a later point. So just I'm saying that where you wanted to create your approval process. So manage approval process for which object? I want to do an object on account. So create new approval process. So there are two types. So let me first jump into the Jumpstart Wizard. I would say restaurant. So it says restaurant approval. So approval assignment template. So just for assigning to someone, you can have a template also to that people. Add a submit or approval button, approval history to the related list of the account pages. Yes. So of course, when I just given the restaurant approval, I just went on to the approval process. I choose the account object, and then I choose a Jumpstart Wizard. In one page, I can give all the configurations. So let's say this is approval process name. We have in one section here specify the enter criteria is one section. Select approval is the second section. Third section we have. In a standard wizard, each and every page you have to give next. So let's say you just choose an approval process name. So the moment it is, say next. Then you'll get into the enter criteria. Then again you give an enter criteria, say next. Then select approval, say next. So like that multiple windows we have, but in this is one page we have. So you say that add submit for approval. I want a related list. Of course, when you go to McDonald's restaurant here, so you don't see there's a contact here. Okay, before adding to this, also anything records you can see. So if you check the related list, so there's no any approval process history here. So that is what they're saying. Add a submit approval button and a approval history related to the account page layouts. If I do that, it will come into my related list. So this is my related list. So it will come downside. And as until we don't have anything approval history now. So what is that approval history says about? When you submit for approval, in this tree you can see that what are the records been submitted and what is the status of it. So that is currently we don't have. So the moment you're choosing this, it will be getting an option. So restaurant approval. So I should say that I should specifically choose the record type is equal to restaurant and something like approved. I'm going to create a pick list which says is new. So that time I say that only those records are eligible to get into for approval process. So restaurants, you are trying to launch it new for them, and record type itself is a restaurant. Why? Because in account we have three different restaurant types. I mean, three different types of record types. It shouldn't go for everyone. Only for restaurant approval, it should go for respective approvals. When individual is a customer, even the business is a customer, they are also an account only. Even the restaurant is also an account only. But only for the restaurant specifically for launching of new restaurant, I wanted to send for an approval. So I should choose the record type wisely here. Okay, so we'll continue this tomorrow. But what my idea is here is I want to show you guys how approval processes are created. So how to give the naming convention, and so what are things that we have to ready with. So who should your resume submittal? What is your entry criteria should be? So what is the name of it? Which object? All this that we are good with. So I should be ready with few things is templates you should be ready. So the moment you're submitting for uh, an approval, what is the template that you have? So the moment it has been approved, what the template you have? The moment it is rejected, what the email template you need to have? And post all a success. When you say approve, then what is the field update that you're gonna do it? So this all we'll see tomorrow. Okay.
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 Okay. So any question, please?
No.
No, a lot of
So please come
information.
with the use case of your project. So only then it will make sense. So today you guys will come up with your idea saying where can be your workflows applied and where your approval process can be applied. You already have a thought. So just write into use case and then start using it. Because we have a lack of time, So the moment we try to do with an admin, we try to jump to a developer class. So then we'll have a lot of time to do there. And this is again a crash course step which will be keep going on to the next things. So where you don't find any times to do it. So when you get a time, just please execute this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Bye.
Khan. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.